Like in art, the person you have to trust most is yourself. You have to trust your instincts because nobody can ever properly judge or critique art, really, because it's all based on opinion. So to allow other people to sort of put their hands into what, if it's something that started with you, that is kind of a big thing to allow to happen really as an artist. It's like, it is kind of hard to gain that kind of trust and comfort with people. It's weird, you know, you're creating something and when it comes from equally from three places like us, it's like you really got to trust each other.
What's wrong? You've been asking, but I don't have an answer. How come? I'm still thinking, let's pretend to fall asleep now. When we get old, will we regret this? Too young to think about all that shit. Installing only goes so far when you've got a head start. 'Cause we could stay at home and watch the sunset, but I get up from asking, are you bored yet? And if you're feeling lonely, you should tell me. Before this ends up as another memory. Will you tell the truth so I don't have to lie? Will you tell the truth so I don't have to lie?
Feels like I've known you my whole life. I can see right through your lies.
I don't know where we're going, but I'd like to be by your side.
If you could tell me how you're feeling, maybe we get through this undefeated. Holding on for so long.
'Cause we could stay at home and watch the sunset, but I can't help from asking, are you bored yet? And if you're feeling lonely, you should tell me. Before this ends up as another memory. Will you tell the truth so I don't have to lie? Will you tell the truth so I don't have to lie?
Are You Bored Yet? Track 4 off of our debut album. That song started after I had a little party at my house. My friend Paul was in my bedroom and somehow he spilled his entire wine glass all over my computer. So like all my demos, all my files, all my things just got totally destroyed. But luckily I had Apple Care, and so I was fortunate enough to get a new computer really quickly. And having that fresh slate of nothing existing and like starting totally from scratch just opened up my little session, and the first demo on this new computer was that song. It started out with me experimenting with a new piece of gear, which is a great way that I get inspired. I had this like drum sample machine and I like recorded it through my interface to my computer and like sort of built it that way. And then I was feeling super emo that day, I think. The song is sort of a reflection on relationships that I had when I was in high school.
And I remember him sending it to us, and I thought it was really catchy, really cool, really good. And then we always met at Cole's house at USC. We started working on that. I remember I picked up the guitar trying to like add my little 2 cents in, like my little flair. And I did this part on the guitar, and then we forgot what it was every 5 seconds. Like I would play it, And then we'd be like, wait, what was that part again? And then I'd be like, oh, I don't remember. And then we'd listen to it and be like, oh, that's actually a decent hook.
Always the sign of a great hook.
Which is
when you keep forgetting it.
Oh, that's so funny. I didn't realize that. But I also think it's a sign of a good hook when every time you hear it, it's like refreshing and fun. So
Refreshing.
anyway, and then Dylan wrote the lyrics, and Cole and Dylan both wrote the lyrics, and Dylan.
You're on a roll, dude.
Yeah,
You're
no,
killing
basically,
it.
yeah, Dylan and Cole both kind of wrote the lyrics because they were in relationships at the time, and I wasn't at the time, so I didn't really want to like put my fake flair into it.
Your fakeness.
Anyway. The way we've written songs for years is like one of us can come up with a whole song, like one of us can write the whole thing, like lyrics, melodies, bass lines, whatever. And there's also times where we just kind of sit on one part, like I'll come up with a guitar part, or Cole will or Dylan will, and then we'll bring it to each other and build it that way, which is how I prefer it right now. Like if I write something, I actually like to kind of weirdly save it and keep it in this kind of primitive state, because I feel like all of our songs end up having an element of us in them. Like there's no Wallows song that would exist the way it does right now without all three of us. But yeah, we've been writing songs together for years, and it's just, I always say like writing songs is so weird because if I just show like a friend of mine a song and they don't like something, I get like kind of defensive and weird, like, oh, like what do you mean, like why, like, oh, you should change this. I'm like, no. But like with these guys, I want to hear what they'd want to change, and I want to hear what they would do differently because I respect their taste so much. And it takes a long time to build up that kind of like trust in people, because when you write, you are just kind of putting yourself into something, and you're very vulnerable. So I feel like having people around you that make you feel at ease with your ideas and you don't feel judged is the best way to have it. And that's how these guys make me feel.
Both lost our innocence to heaven or Las Vegas. Bedroom rearranged again, and snow out on the pavement. Colors from outside, bathed in orange and white. Let's invite your friends for a backseat drive. It's not a crime if you take what's fun. It's just a crime if you're paying for it. Where's the fun if you know what's coming? I don't want to escape it. Standing outside of your house, it's pretty dark out. Good thing there's lights. It's pretty cold though. I just need you right here to warm me up this time. Words turn to a god. You say I'll never get you off, but now when you stand in a crowd, is your mind in the gutter, your head on the run? Oh, oh, oh. Your head on the run. It's not a crime if you take what's fun. It's just a crime if you're paying for it. Where's the fun if you know what's coming? I don't want to escape it. The plant inside that never seemed to die. You cut it down before the leaves were brown. The gate was closed. We know that we're too old. The poor was gold. The poor was gold. It's not a crime if you take what's fun. It's just a crime
Yes, Ice Cold Pool. That's
Yes.
right. That one has been around for a second. Like the guitar lick in the beginning. That was just an idea I came up with a while ago, and it was one of those songs that was insanely hard to write. Like there'd be like years would go by without that song progressing. I didn't know what pieces it should have. Like I didn't know where it should go. I didn't know what the lyrics should be about. I didn't know what the melody should be. And but I always liked the guitar part in the beginning. That was all that was around for like 2 years. I think I was overthinking the writing process of it, and I thought it'd be nice to just put a bunch of different parts that I'd kind of written, just throw them together like a collage. That's basically what that song is. It's like 3 or 4 random song ideas that we put into one, and it kind of gives it this strange feeling of just all over the placeness in a like cool, concise way. And then we went to Cole's house once again and like demoed it, and then he came up with the bass line, he came up with another bass line, and we kind of just built the song up from scratch in a bunch of different ingredients. So we were the cooks, ingredients were laid out, put them together. And I actually think a lot of our songs, come to think of it, have that vibe. We just take a bunch of, like, let's say we have a full song here and a full song here. We're like, oh, this bridge is the best part of this song, this verse is the best part of this song, and the chorus is the best of this song. Let's see if they work together. And 50% of the time they do, which is funny. Or maybe 55, or no, probably 49.
I mean, I'm not much of a gearhead. I don't quite know much about what we're doing in the studio when we're there, and I learn a lot from studio experience, but we're in a time where there's like infinite sounds and infinite manipulations of guitar tones that you can make, that it's actually really inspiring to pick up a guitar and make a new sound that makes someone go, what is that? Or like, it's more fun even to come up with a sound that doesn't even sound like a guitar. And we're lucky that we're in a time where we can do that, and that we are recording in such a time where there's so many incredible creatives and producers, and that we got to work with one ourselves, like John Congleton, who created all those insane guitar tones for St. Vincent on her records that you wouldn't even guess that 50% of them are guitars in the first place, which I think is really cool. So it's more how we bring guitar into our music and make it really interesting and sort of unfamiliar in the best way.
Thought I saw your shadow under the door, just a trick of the light I've seen before. I can never tell what's real anymore, anymore, anymore.
I remember when we ran from the fort, all the decorations up in your room, and I couldn't find the right words to use, but I knew that you knew.
It seems so long, the moments that stay, they turn out all wrong. When I look around, you're gone.
Yeah, I remember when. That is also the definition of a song that was we had years ago in a completely different form. Like we played it in much more of a, I feel like a rock and roll sort of way when we first played it a couple years ago. That idea was mainly just the riff and a very different arrangement of that song with gibberish lyrics. We'd play it live sometimes when we had a different band name. We were in the studio and we wanted to record a few more songs. And so we were trying to like dig into our brains of what are other ideas that we've played around with before that we can pull out that maybe have potential. And I think you started playing that riff again or something, and then
And I was like, no, we don't have to do it. We don't have to do that.
then
And John was like, wait, that's cool. John was like, wait, what?
We were like, no. And he was like, yeah, we can make that. We were like, it's a lame song. And he was like, well, it's my job to make it
cool.
Make it cool, right? And then we're like, oh, true. And I ended up going more of a sort of, making the riff a bass line and not a guitar line, and making it more of like 80s Joy Division kind of approach. Ended up making more of a, I don't know, like a pretty modern sounding, a song that we really like now. And I never thought we'd record that song. It's interesting when you're forced to sort of dig into what is still existing within you. It was just sort of, I don't know, ended up being pretty organic.
Also, there was a fun moment too when we were in the early stages of recording it. John was like, well, let's just jam on it. Let's just like, we'll press record and just jam. Like, no idea what you're gonna do. And we played for like 10 minutes. And there was one little moment, like you're just kind of jamming, doing gibberish, like you don't think it's that good. There was one moment where I played one little lick, like one little thing for like 4 bars or something, and then I forgot what it was immediately, and I was like, oh crap, what was that? But then I kept playing for like 10 minutes. And then John was like, hey, so there was like one thing in there I thought was cool. And I was like, wait, let's see if he thinks it was the one thing I thought was cool. And then he like went through the whole recording thing and he played this little section, and it was the like I just did that for 1 second. And John was like, we should make that the beginning of the song and kind of have that be a theme. And I was like, you know what, I think the same exact thing. And it was another cool moment where our brains clicked. We kind of had the same gut reaction of that one little moment, and now it's the start of the song.
It's easy to get wrapped up in like what we're doing creatively and sort of forget that it actually exists and that people are gonna hear it, because even when the album came out, I paid no attention to it being released, what people were saying. I don't know if it was intentional. I feel like I just blocked it out because it's just one of those things that I feel like deep down I am very nervous about, that I just sort of pretended it didn't exist. When we're on tour, it really puts it into perspective that it's real. When we're playing to a room that has like 1,500 people in it, singing every word of the songs, it's like, oh wait, there's actual people are listening to this. Like this is a thing that people in the world are listening to, and they're excited to come to this show, just like we're excited to go to shows, or we've been excited to go to shows in the past. That's what makes it feel like it's real, like it's a reality for sure.